Welcome, miladies of inestimable value. Not all who wander are lost, but some who stay put are just plain boring. Welcome to the world of the Sigma female, a rare breed that doesn't just break the mold. She melts it down, recasts it, and puts her own stamp on it. You might have heard of the classic alpha or beta archetypes, but the Sigma female operates in a league of her own, defying conventions with a mix of mystery, power, and unshakable independence. Psychologists say only a small percentage of people truly thrive in complete independence, and Sigma females not only survive this way, but are wired to flourish in it. These are women who play by their own rules, embrace solitude as a strength, and choose to explore life from every angle, often surprising those who think they've figured them out. Each Sigma female type holds a unique and electrifying essence, from the Quiet Strategist to the Spiritual Nomad. They are as diverse as they are defiant, each with a personality that combines depth with a touch of unpredictability. So buckle up, this isn't your standard personality breakdown. Here, we'll unravel the 10 distinct Sigma female types, each one a powerful force with a story of her own, leaving you wondering how such hidden strength has been so misunderstood for so long. Number 1. The Spiritual Nomad. The spiritual nomad is a Sigma female who drifts in and out of belief systems like a traveler moving through foreign cities, never settling, always searching. To her, spirituality isn't some neatly wrapped gift handed down or tied up in traditions. It's an open road, wild and unpredictable, where answers are far less exciting than the questions. She's intrigued by the unexplored and drawn to the unknown, unafraid of dismantling ideas that others cling to for comfort. While some might find peace in certainty, the spiritual nomad thrives on the thrill of what if. She doesn't label herself or restrict her journey with rigid labels like seeker or mystic. In fact, she's wary of anything that feels too confining or packaged. Her approach to life is more about peeling back layers than building up beliefs. She'll dive into meditation, study ancient philosophies, or dabble in rituals that pique her interest. But she's quick to discard anything that doesn't feel real or relevant. Her friends may call her eclectic or just confusing, but she's okay with that. She isn't looking for anyone's approval on her journey. The spiritual nomad also has a knack for humor that's just a little offbeat. She can joke about the absurdity of life while discussing reincarnation, or playfully debate the meaning of karma over coffee. Her wit isn't to mock. It's her way of keeping things grounded, balancing the mystery of spirituality with a healthy dose of skepticism. And yet, with all her wandering, she's not lost. In fact, she's the rare person who's truly comfortable not knowing what's next, and that is her magic. She's proof that you can roam freely in mind, body, and soul, and still find a way to feel completely at home. Number 2. The Bold Realist. The Bold Realist is a Sigma female who sees life in crystal clarity, untouched by the rosy filters or wishful thinking most people rely on. For her, positive vibes only isn't a mantra, it's just another way people avoid the truth. While everyone else dances around reality, she cuts straight to the core. This isn't pessimism, it's honesty, a commitment to facing life as it is, not as she'd like it to be. She finds comfort not in fantasies but in facts, and she's built her strength on the hard truths most avoid. Her friends know she's the one to call when they need someone to tell it like it is, even if it stings. To her, there's no point in dancing around issues or sugarcoating anything, and while some people might find her bluntness intimidating, she's the rare type who sees honesty as an act of respect. She'll give you her thoughts straight, and you might not always love what she has to say, but you'll know it's the truth. Beneath her no-nonsense demeanor, though, she has a sly sense of humor, often making light of life's harsher realities with a knowing smirk or a well-timed, dry remark. She's the type who might joke that she's only smiling because she knows how bad it could get. Her worldview isn't cynical, it's refreshingly grounded. She sees the world's flaws and complexities and embraces them, understanding that life doesn't need to be perfect to be meaningful. Her strength lies in this acceptance. She's prepared for life's ups and downs because she's never wasted time pretending it would all be smooth. The Bold Realist stands as proof that there's immense power in seeing things exactly as they are and thriving anyway. Number 3. The Independent Empath. The Independent Empath is a Sigma female who feels deeply without letting those emotions rule her life. Unlike most empaths, she isn't rushing in to heal every wounded soul or absorbing others' pain like it's her duty. She's learned the fine art of caring without carrying, which is rare and refreshing in a world where empath can sometimes translate to emotional sponge. Her empathy is fierce but self-contained. She can feel the room's energy, but she's mastered the skill of filtering it, deciding what's worth her time and what's not. This woman has boundaries like a fortress, and she guards her emotional space with the vigilance of a night watchman. Her friends might call her hard to reach at times, but it's all part of her self-preservation strategy. She knows that empathy is a gift, but without control, it can quickly turn into an all-consuming drain. So while others might be pulled into emotional whirlpools, she's got her life raft firmly anchored. She'll offer advice, a listening ear, or a shoulder to cry on, but she'll never let herself be pulled down. She's got a subtle sense of humor about it all, too. She might joke about having an emotional bouncer at the door to her heart, ready to filter out the unnecessary drama. It's not that she doesn't care, she cares deeply, but she's learned to distinguish between what's hers to handle and what isn't. Her empathy is selective, intentional, and powerful because it's never spread too thin. She's proof that you can be compassionate without sacrificing yourself, offering real support without getting lost in someone else's chaos. The independent empath is a master at balancing her own peace with her empathy, making her one of the rarest blends of strength and sensitivity. Number 4. The artistic rebel. The artist. Rebel is the Sigma female who doesn't just break the mold. She never saw the point of it in the first place. Creativity isn't just something she does. It's her entire approach to life. She doesn't create to please anyone or fit any trend, and she's not interested in making her art digestible for the masses. She makes what feels real to her, even if it's raw, strange, or completely misunderstood. Her work isn't a cry for attention, but a declaration of her independence, her proof that she's existing on her own terms, whether or not anyone else gets it. She's the type who will mix styles, challenge norms, and invent her own way of doing things, often leaving others confused or impressed, or both. If there's a rule, she'll probably break it just to see what happens. Her boldness comes from an unfiltered need to explore, express, and redefine. People may call her eccentric, but she'd tell you she's just allergic to mediocrity. For her, creativity without risk is like painting by numbers. Sure, it fills the space, but it has no soul. Humor is her way of cutting through the nonsense. She might joke that her brain is on permanent vacation, but in reality it's a space where wild ideas and rebellious thoughts roam freely. She finds humor in pushing boundaries and in people's reactions to her work, especially when they don't know quite what to make of it. Her art is both her playground and her rebellion, a place where she can be as fierce, strange, or honest as she wants. The artist rebel doesn't chase applause or validation. She's only after the freedom to create without limits. And that, in a world full of copycats, makes her a rare original unapologetically marching to her own beat. Number 5. The Quiet Strategist. The Quiet Strategist is a Sigma female who knows that power is most effective when it's understated. She's the type who can sit in a room, observing every detail and listening more than she speaks, while everyone else is too busy talking to notice what's going on. In her silence, she's already a few steps ahead, mapping out her moves before anyone even realizes there's a game in play. She's the master of subtlety, relying on her intuition and intellect to guide her, rather than making a spectacle of her plans. This is a woman who understands timing like an art form. She'll wait for the exact right moment, never rushing, always calculating, as if she's playing chess while the rest of the world is playing checkers. It's not that she's secretive or sneaky. She simply doesn't feel the need to announce her intentions. Her strategy is her own, and she has no interest in sharing it with the world until it's fully formed. To her, showing her hand is like giving away a prized possession. She'd rather keep it close and use it wisely. People often underestimate her because she's not loud or attention-seeking, which is exactly how she likes it. She might joke about being invisible by choice, but there's more truth to it than anyone realizes. Her strength lies in her ability to influence without making waves, moving quietly but purposefully, leaving others wondering how she managed to accomplish so much with so little fanfare. The Quiet Strategist is a reminder that some of the most powerful moves happen in silence. She's the one you don't see coming until it's too late, proving that there's immense strength in staying low-key. She doesn't need to shout to be heard or make grand gestures to be noticed. She'll let her actions speak when the time is right, and by then, she's already won. Number 6. The silent force. The silent force is the Sigma female who commands attention without saying a word. She's the one you notice out of the corner of your eye, a calm, steady presence that somehow shifts the energy of the entire room. She doesn't need to prove herself or declare her intentions. She exudes a quiet strength that speaks louder than words ever could. It's not just what she says or doesn't say, it's how she moves, how she holds herself, and how she exists. There's an unspoken confidence about her, a steady kind of power that leaves people both curious and sometimes a little unsettled. She's not one for drama or flash. While others may crave validation and applause, she's perfectly content staying in the background, watching, observing, and often understanding more than those who are front and center. She's the type who can walk into a high-stress situation and somehow calm the storm without lifting a finger. It's almost like a superpower, but one that she uses sparingly and with purpose. Her humor is just as understated, dry, often sarcastic, and perfectly timed. She's the one who'll throw out a quick one-liner that leaves everyone laughing and wondering where that came from. The silent force is proof that you don't need to be loud or attention-seeking to have an impact. Her strength lies in her ability to remain rooted in herself, unaffected by trends, noise, or the need to be the center of anything. People might call her mysterious, but she's not trying to be. She's simply present, grounded in a way that feels rare and almost magnetic. Her impact is lasting precisely because it's quiet, subtle, and real. She doesn't impose her presence. She lets it resonate, and that's what makes her unforgettable. Number 7. The Self-Sufficient Survivor. The self-sufficient survivor is the Sigma female who embodies resilience and independence in a way that is both inspiring and slightly intimidating. She's the woman who has weathered storms, both literal and metaphorical, and emerged stronger, more capable, and fiercely self-reliant. Her survival instincts are finely tuned, not out of desperation, but from a profound understanding that she is her own best advocate. She knows how to navigate life's challenges without waiting for a rescue party or relying on anyone else's support. It's not that she's against help. She simply prefers to know that she can stand on her own 2 feet. She's the kind of person who can whip up a meal from whatever's in the fridge, fix a leaky faucet, or tackle any obstacle life throws her way with a resourcefulness that would make MacGyver proud. Friends admire her ability to stay calm in chaos, while they're busy flailing about trying to find their phone chargers or debating whether to order takeout for the 3rd night in a row. When life gets tough, she doesn't fold. She adapts and thrives, often with a side of humor that lightens the mood. She might joke that her survival kit includes duct tape and sarcasm, and honestly, she's probably not far off. The self-sufficient survivor also understands the power of solitude. While others may fear being alone, she finds strength in it, using her alone time to recharge, reflect, and plan her next moves. She knows that self-sufficiency isn't just about being tough. It's about knowing herself well enough to trust her instincts and decisions. In a world that often celebrates dependency and collaboration, she's a refreshing reminder that sometimes the greatest strength lies in standing alone. With her blend of grit and wit, she tackles life with a spirit that says, "I've got this," and trust me, she really does. Number 8. The Intellectual Challenger. The intellectual challenger is the Sigma female who thrives on pushing boundaries and questioning the status quo. She's not interested in accepting things at face value. Instead, she dives deep into discussions, often steering conversations into uncharted waters. Whether she's debating philosophy over coffee or dissecting the latest political scandal, she has an insatiable thirst for knowledge that makes every interaction feel like a lively intellectual duel. Friends and acquaintances quickly learn that with her, it's not just a conversation. It's an invitation to engage in a mental sparring match where everyone leaves sharper, even if a little bruised. She challenges ideas not to be difficult, but because she believes that real growth happens when we confront our assumptions. It's like she's got a built-in BS detector, constantly sifting through the noise to find what's real and what's just comfortable. This can make her a bit of a wild card in social settings, as she's not afraid to ask the hard questions that others might shy away from. Why do we do things this way? Or have you considered the other side? Are her favorite conversation starters, and she approaches every topic with a mix of curiosity and skepticism that keeps everyone on their toes. Her humor often accompanies her intellectual pursuits. She'll throw in a well-timed joke or a clever quip, reminding everyone that while deep discussions are important, it's equally essential not to take ourselves too seriously. This unique blend of wit and insight makes her a formidable presence in any discussion. The intellectual challenger is a breath of fresh air in a world that often favors conformity over curiosity. She doesn't just encourage you to think differently, she challenges you to think better, leaving everyone wondering how they could have missed the point all along. In her presence, complacency just doesn't stand a chance. Number 9, the Detached Protector. The Detached Protector is a Sigma female who embodies strength and vigilance, all while maintaining an air of calm detachment. She's the type who stands guard over her loved ones like a fortress, but instead of doing it with emotional outbursts or overbearing attention, she operates with a quiet confidence that says, "I've got this." While others may be quick to jump into the fray, she knows that sometimes the best way to protect is from a distance, watching carefully and assessing the situation before taking action. It's not that she's uninterested, rather, she's strategic, choosing her battles wisely. This woman has an uncanny ability to sense when someone is in trouble, even if they haven't said a word. She's like a human radar, picking up on subtle cues that others miss. But rather than rushing in to save the day, she'll hold back, allowing the person to work through their issues, stepping in only when necessary. She understands that sometimes the most effective support is to let others find their way, while knowing she's there if needed. It's a delicate balance of strength and restraint that can confuse those who expect a more traditional protector role. Her humor often acts as a shield, disarming tense situations with a well-timed joke or a witty observation. She might quip about how being emotionally unavailable is her secret superpower, but deep down, she knows that it's her ability to stay composed that truly empowers her and those around her. The Detached Protector is a guardian with a cool demeanor, proving that you can be fiercely protective without losing your sense of self or getting caught up in the chaos. She's a silent force, a steady presence in a world full of noise, reminding everyone that sometimes the most powerful protection comes from knowing when to step back and simply be there. Number 10, the Enigmatic Healer. The Enigmatic Healer is a Sigma female who possesses a rare ability to mend hearts and minds without ever revealing her own vulnerabilities. She's the friend everyone turns to in times of trouble, not because she wears her emotions on her sleeve, but because her presence alone is like a soothing balm. There's something about her that just feels safe, almost like she's wrapped in an aura of mystery. People are drawn to her, often wanting to uncover her secrets. Yet she remains elusive, offering wisdom without exposing herself too much. This healer isn't about cliché remedies or motivational speeches. Instead, she has a knack for asking the right questions that lead others to their own realizations. It's like she's a human GPS for emotional navigation, guiding people to destinations they didn't even know they needed to reach. Have you tried looking at it this way, or what do you think it means for you? Are her favorite phrases, often delivered with a knowing smile. She knows that true healing comes from within, and her role is simply to illuminate the path. Her humor is as subtle as her healing touch. She might joke about how she's running an emotional spa while reminding friends to check their emotional baggage at the door. This mix of playfulness and depth creates an environment where people feel comfortable opening up, yet they also know she won't spill her own secrets. The Enigmatic Healer embodies the idea that you don't have to be loud or overly involved to make a significant impact. She understands that sometimes the best way to heal is to simply be present, offering support without expectation. Her quiet strength and ability to create safe spaces make her an irreplaceable presence in anyone's life. In a world that often values visibility, she proves that true power lies in the ability to heal from the shadows, leaving a lasting impression without ever having to step into the spotlight. In a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming, Sigma females, each embodying their unique archetype, remind us of the diverse ways strength and resilience can manifest. From the spiritual nomad who navigates life's mysteries with grace, to the detached protector who stands as a steadfast guardian, these extraordinary women illuminate the power of individuality. Each type, whether it's the bold realist, challenging complacency, or the enigmatic healer mending hearts from the sidelines, adds richness and depth to our understanding of empowerment. These women do not conform to societal expectations. Instead, they forge their own paths, drawing strength from their unique perspectives and experiences. They challenge the norms and redefine what it means to be strong, intelligent, and compassionate in a world that often rewards conformity. Their quiet determination and fierce independence serve as powerful reminders that true strength comes from within, manifesting in the choices they make and the lives they lead. As we celebrate the different types of Sigma females, let us appreciate the profound impact they have not just on their own lives, but on those around them. Their ability to inspire, heal, and challenge reflects a resilience that resonates deeply with anyone who has ever felt like an outsider. They show us that it's not about fitting into a mold, but embracing our uniqueness that truly empowers us. In their presence, we find courage to explore our own paths and celebrate the multifaceted nature of womanhood. In a world that sometimes overlooks the subtle yet powerful forces, these Sigma females stand as beacons of hope, encouraging us to embrace our authentic selves and uplift those around us. If you enjoyed exploring the fascinating world of Sigma females with us, we'd love for you to join our community. Subscribe to the channel for more insightful content that celebrates unique perspectives and empowers individuality. Your support means the world to us, and we can't wait to share more with you. Thanks for watching, Jules. See you in the next video. Bye for now and stay blessed.